Hello and welcome. This is Tanya Brown, your spiritual business coach, and today I want to talk to you about boundaries, how to set them, how to keep them, and how to allow boundaries to lighten up the stress in your life. See, the thing is, boundaries is all about self-protection, and you setting up boundaries is about you protecting your space and not allowing people or energy or that ilk to penetrate your space, so to speak. I know I've mentioned this before, but a friend of mine had mentioned to me about how I basically helped her set up her boundaries. And I do this with my clients all the time. Here's the thing. It's about allowing people in your life who are at the same energy level. What does that mean? That means that when you find people that connect with you on an energetic level, if you find that there's somebody who is emotionally draining, so to speak, that's not on your level. If you find that you find yourself uplifted, motivated, and excited at the prospect of seeing somebody that you like or you connect with, or feeling great after having met them, that's compatible energy. But when you walk away or you meet somebody and you find yourself dreading getting together with them, and then afterwards you find yourself literally trying to shake their energy, this is people that you don't need to be around. And the thing is, we have a tendency sometimes as people pleasers to put up with that energy because you don't know how to say no. And the thing is, no is a beautiful word. No, saying no to things that you don't want, you don't desire, and don't serve your purpose. And I go back to the Marie Kondo conversation that I've had before, where you have to literally Marie Kondo it. Get rid of the things, people, and stuff that doesn't bring you joy. And this doesn't have to be a tangible, like I'm not referring to the couch, which, in my place, I'm actually referring to the couch because it's one that I'm going to replace. But it's getting rid of things that have served its purpose. And I'm going to use the couch as an example because it's kind of staying with me right now. This couch I got at a furniture showroom sale. And I am a huge fan of sample sales, any kind of sales. I just love knowing that I got the value. That's one of the things. I went shopping with a good friend of mine the other day, and she was like, "You don't buy anything when we go out." And I'm like, "Because I go to sample sales. I go to sample sales because I know that they have designs that didn't make it to the runway or didn't make it to the collection for whatever reason, and it's always something that catches my eye, and it's always feels like something different that I don't see in stores." So, and I know I seem to have gotten off tangent for a second, but bear with me. When I'm talking about the couch was something that I got something of value. It was of quality. The price was amazing because, again, I got it at a showroom sale. So I got it not only at wholesale, but I think there was like a discount on top of the wholesale. But that being said, so the couch in its purpose served its purpose. And now every time I look at it, I'm reminded I need to get a new couch because, let this one go off to the couch graveyard in, its dreams. But it's about letting things go. Sometimes people and things have like an expiration date. And when it comes to friends and sometimes family, they have an expiration date. And when I say expiration, I'm not, I was actually having this conversation with a client the other day. I'm not saying to get them out of your life. I'm saying to limit the amount of personal interaction that you have with them. You know that you can't always just divorce your family. There are times of the year where you have to get together and communicate and put on that face. But you can prepare yourself for when you're in their purview. You're in their space, or they're in your space. But it's about protecting yourself. So when it comes to boundaries, knowing that, like, if you're going to a party and say, there's a friend of a friend that you really cannot deal with, make sure that you steer clear. Make sure that if you're in her or his company, you're limiting your time in that bubble. You know, maybe you stay for 5 or 10 minutes less than you normally would if that person wasn't in there. But again, it's about protecting your space. Thing is, this, and especially coming out of quarantine and COVID and all this stuff, a lot of our energies are heightened and a lot of our emotions are magnified. So I felt like this was a perfect timing for this, because as we're getting back into society, as we've done a lot of deep diving in terms of what brings us joy, what makes us happy, and what we don't want to put up with anymore. And this is one of the things that you could use in your little spiritual toolbox of not dealing with anymore. Thing is, life is a choice. And again, I'm like reminded of conversations I have with clients, but it's not always what is said to you, it's how you respond. Good case in point, I'll never forget, I was working with this gal at this company, and I've never seen somebody who was so, I don't want to use the word hated, because who hates anybody, but she was not liked. She was unanimously not liked at this company. And I found it also fascinating that the men were kind of in fear of her, because she was in your face kind of a person. And I just kind of then and now, I'm one of those people that I judge you based on how my interaction with you is. I don't care if, everybody had this interaction with you. My interaction with you is based on my interaction with you, not anybody else's story. So that being said, I don't allow myself to be swayed by public's opinion in that regard. So when I had interaction with her, my interaction was negative, to the point that I was kind of like, I don't need to deal with this crap. But I'll never forget one time we were, at the copy machine, prior to people, not trying to use so much paper. At the time, she was like literally barking orders at me. And this was like early in the morning, like 7:45 or something like that. And I probably didn't even have my coffee. And I'm like, who is she talking to? And I'm like, wait, is she talking to me? She literally was having an argument with me. And it was just by proximity. I'm at the copy machine, like making a ton of copies. I think there was a presentation going on. And she's literally having this argument with me until I realized, wait, that's who she's talking to? And she said to me, like, to wrap it up, she was like, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. Are you listening to me, Tanya? And I said, actually, I'm not. I'm ignoring you. And she was so flustered. She was just like, oh, oh, and she walked away. But the thing was, when I thought about this in retrospect, that was the thing. When people like that, narcissists, toxic people, they thrive on energy and attention. And if you don't give it to them, they just dissipate. So I derived her. I took away the attention and the energy, and I refused to engage. And matter of fact, after that, I kind of went to one of the VPs to complain, and she was kind of spoken to. But the point is, you protecting your, setting your boundaries, and limiting the time that you allow yourself to be in this person's proximity, aura, space. And when in doubt, do not engage. Like I said, don't give them that oxygen. Life is too precious. Do not give them that oxygen, And as always, don't forget to like this video. I put out tons of content on a weekly basis. And don't forget to share this with someone that you feel could benefit from it. Also, don't forget to put a comment in the comment section. I always look forward to reading them. And don't forget to hop on a call with me if you would like to learn about my services. As I mentioned before, I do one-on-one coaching. I have a few programs. I've got a 90-day program where you talk to me once a week, and we kind of focus on whatever your tasks are for that week, that month, whatever you want to work on. We establish that for the first phone call as we establish what our priorities are, or your priorities are, and what we're going to work on moving forward, and we keep doing that. As well as for those of you who want a quick hit, I suggest a VIP day. Those are so much fun. We get into the heart of things. And honestly, by the time the day's over, we're like two BFFs. You'll just literally, I had clients say, I don't know what I did before I met you, which is so heartwarming. So those are the ways you could work with me. And also, if you are interested but you're not sure, there's the free ebook in the description section of this video. Sign up for that, and then that puts you on a wait list for when I come out with my group programs. And not only are you one of the first to know, you're also one of the first to get the early bird discount. So you're going to want to be on that list. So again, don't forget to hit that like button. That just shares the love. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care.